where are you from, what are you doing. Ankita has joined, Perth has joined. Hi Perth, nice to see you, bro. All right, we are live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn as well, guys. Welcome to our live session number 3. If you can't hear me, please let me know in the comment section. Today's session is very, very exciting because a lot of things that we discussed in our Job Ready Challenge number 1, which was about hacking the automated telling system, and the Job Ready Challenge number 2, which was all about the optimizing your LinkedIn profile. It all comes together in today's session, where we are going to talk about how to actually use LinkedIn to find jobs instantaneously, find jobs pretty quickly, find jobs through networking. Because as I said, 73% recruiters are actually looking for people on LinkedIn, not on Naukri.com, not on Monster.com or other websites. Similarly, 90% of jobs are apparently not on these platforms. So ये 90% jobs कहाँ हैं? These 90% jobs are actually on your platforms, on your LinkedIn through networking. So 90% jobs are actually found through networking. 90% of jobs are found through referrals. And today we are going to talk about that. We have got people joining from Facebook as well. Mohammed Lawal, good evening. Swapnaja, good evening. Swapnaja, and Zafar Rizvi is here as well. All right, we have got nice people joining today. Guys, feel free to mention your question in the comment section, but please keep it precise to getting job ready and getting job ready through LinkedIn as well. So put all your questions around LinkedIn today, because that's what we are going to talk about. And once we go through all the things that I have to talk about, I'm going to take your questions. But make sure you are ready, you are distraction free, and you are ready to focus on, because today's session is extremely, extremely important. Because what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you a challenge. I'm going to tell you, there are a lot of people who come to me and they say they're looking for a job, they can't find a job. I tell them to do something on LinkedIn for 30 days. And then I say, if you do it religiously and regularly, they would definitely find a job. What is that? I'm going to reveal pretty soon. The very first thing, the most important thing is that once you have optimized your LinkedIn profile, is to identify who are the people that are in your LinkedIn connection, right? So the thing is that your LinkedIn connections play a huge, huge important role in finding the jobs, right? So how does the LinkedIn algorithm works is कि जब भी आप LinkedIn पे कोई post करते हो, LinkedIn only shows it to 10% of the people, right? And if those 10% people engage with it, then it shows it to further people. But the problem is that if there are a lot of people on your LinkedIn connection that are not related to your niche and not related to your industry, niche समझते हैं ना क्या? So niche is, for example, if you are a mechanical engineer and if you want to create your career in automobile, tell me which industry you are from and I'll tell you. So if you're a graphic designer, that's your graphic designing is your niche. Maybe digital marketing is your niche. Development is your niche. Maybe social science is your niche. So it's important that you've got people on your LinkedIn connection that are actually related to your niche, right? ये ना भाई बंधुओं के लिए नहीं है. This is not LinkedIn is just not for networking. Facebook is for that. LinkedIn is specifically to actually network with the people who are related to your industry somehow. So make sure that the connections that you have are according to your niche. Now, what happens is the challenge that I give to people is, it's very simple. The thing is that a lot of jobs are not found on Naukri. A lot of jobs are not found on Monster. They are actually on LinkedIn. And I'm not talking only about LinkedIn jobs. I'm talking about finding jobs through networking. But before I talk about finding jobs through networking, a very simple way to find jobs on LinkedIn, and this is a hack, this is something that I didn't know myself as well, is actually, if you go on LinkedIn, on the search bar, actually search via hashtag hire a pro, HIREAPRO, hire a pro. If you just search by hashtag hire a pro, you will find all the posts that mention the job. The second hashtag that's very common is hiring. The third hashtag is related to your industry. So if you are a graphic designer, graphic jobs, graphic designing jobs. If you are a search engine optimization person, SEO jobs. Now, if you are say a civil engineer, don't write civil jobs, write specific niche that you are looking for. For example, if you want to go into say construction, so write construction jobs. If you want to go into interior designing, then look for interior designing jobs, hashtag teacher jobs. So it's about actually finding the jobs and then searching that. And Dinesh, thanks a lot for putting out in the comments, it's hashtag hire a pro. So if you just search by that, you'll find all the posts that are actually relevant to your niche. अभी आपको क्या करना है कि people who are actually putting all of these jobs, you have to reach out to them, you have to send a connection request. Secondly, the most important thing is that we have to actually reach out to 50 people every single day from your industry or from your niche and डेवलप अ जेन्युइन कनेक्शन, राइट. अपन क्या करते हैं, दो प्रॉब्लम होती है. सबसे पहले तो हम लोग कनेक्शन रिक्वेस्ट नहीं भेजते. There will be a lot of people out there who would never send a connection request. Secondly, is when I first moved to Australia, that's one of the two things that I did was I was very active on LinkedIn. मैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया पहुंचने से पहले ही यहाँ पे I started connecting with people, and there was a specific template, a specific format that I used to send those connection requests, and I'll tell you about that. तो एक तो मिस्टेक ये करते हैं कि हम लोग कनेक्शन रिक्वेस्ट भेजते ही नहीं है. सेकेंडली, व्हेन वी सेंड द कनेक्शन रिक्वेस्ट, व्हाट वी डू इज दैट with those connection requests, we just say hi or just say wanting to connect or something like that. We do not write a proper message. First of all, if you are looking for jobs, you are jobless, which means you should have plenty of time. All I want you to do is I want you to give 2 hours every day on LinkedIn. Stop wasting time scrolling the reels on Instagram. Stop wasting time watching videos on YouTube. Stop wasting time watching the news. Stop wasting time watching Arnab Goswami shout on people. Stop watching and wasting your time. If you're looking for jobs, then you should be spending time on LinkedIn. And what you should be doing is you should be connecting with people. How do you do that? Okay, so there's a search bar on the LinkedIn. In the search bar, suppose whatever industry you are from. For example, I was looking for web designing jobs, right? So I would search for web design companies first. And then once I will find those web designing companies, then I'll actually search for those particular companies. So for example, in Melbourne, if I find, okay, there's an app development company called Appster, or say in New Delhi, right? If I want to work with Adobe, right? So what I'll do is I'll search for Adobe, and then what I'll do is once you search for Adobe, there's a search result that comes in. Now there's an option over there to actually select people by advanced search. So you click on advanced search, and then in that advanced search, select people rather than just the company. So just select people, and then you can filter it by location. Use filter it by the location, say by the location of the country where you are from, where you want to, say India or whatever, and then search. So what you will find is you will find the list of all the people working in Adobe, right? Now it is not important to connect with the recruiters only. A lot of people again make this mistake, just connect with the recruiters, right? What I'm telling you is do not only connect with the recruiters, connect with the people who are working in those companies, right? Who are working in the same profile as yours in those companies, right? If you want to become a tester, software tester, search for software testers in a particular company. Once you find them, do not send them the connection request instantaneously. Click in their profile, view their profile, see what they have done, what posts they have written, what are their achievements, and so on, right? Now, if you see that they have written some posts, just bookmark them, make sure that you are following them, and then follow them for 2 or 3 days, view their post, like on their post, comment on their post, read their post, and do a proper comment on their post. And then after 4 or 5 days, reach out to them and say, hi, whatever, hi Amir, and this is a live example of someone who actually reached out to me and found a job in my company like this. So he's been sort of following all my posts. He's been constantly commenting on my posts. I've been replying to him. I've been conversating with him. And then he reach out to me and say, hi Amir, I have been following your profile for a long time. I have seen that you do this and do this and do that. I'm an aspiring I'm so this person was a graphic designer. I'm an aspiring graphic designer. Have a look at my portfolio. I would like to connect with you and seek some advice. So, and that's when I started chatting with him, because I knew that he was a genuine person. First of all, he was not just making it up. I knew that he had actually visited my profile. Now, if you are reaching out to someone who's not very active on LinkedIn, who doesn't have a very active feed, then the trick is, and that's the trick that I used to employ, I would look at their company profile, see, first of all, see if they are my alumni, or if there's any connection at all. If there's a connection, there's a mutual connection, then I'll use a different strategy. But if there's no connection, then I'll say, hey, whatever, XYZ, look, I looked at your profile, and your career journey is extremely interesting, and you have achieved a lot in such a short time, and actually mention a few things. So I saw that you worked as a senior whatever procurement manager at this company, and then you rose to the vice president level at this company. That's extremely impressive, right? And then you introduce yourself and say, my name is Amir, I'm an upcoming whatever, I'm doing my bachelor's or whatever, and I want to develop my career in this, and I would like to connect with you and learn from your experience. You do not ask for a job, you ask for genuine help, but there's a way to seek help. The way to seek help is, say, sir, can you please help me get job? And I get a lot of these messages, please help me get job, please, I need a job. No, that would never work. Reach out to them and tell them that you are genuinely seeking for advice, and tell them that you have gone through their profile, right? Do not ask the question that are obvious. Like, a lot of people reach out to me and say, sir, what does your company do? And I say, bro, Google me. Just Google me once before coming to you. Or, sir, what do you do? What type of company do you run? Sir, where are you based? Like, these are ridiculous questions, because if you just do a bit of Google search, you will actually find me. And I found, like, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, लेकिन मुझे तरस आता है जो क्वेश्चन इस तरह के भेजता है, because I feel कि they do not even have the audacity to actually go and just do a bit of search, do a bit of research. So do not send silly question to the people. Spend a bit of time looking at their profile, and then send a message that is tailored to them. The format is, I will repeat again, hi XYZ, I looked at your profile, and your journey has been impressive. I saw that you was this at this position, and then you jumped to this position. I would really like to know more about you, and I would like to learn from your experience. And when you say, I would like to learn from your experience, and then you actually mention who you are. I am this, I'm a student, I'm a professional, whatever, and I like to develop a connection with you. So the person would say, okay, so you will send the connection request. Now, there could be two things. A person might not respond, but most probably with this message, whenever the person sees a message, they would actually respond and say, yes, happy to connect. Now, do not stop there. Do not start up happy to connect. And once they say happy to connect, that's when you actually ask them a question, because people always like to answer the questions and say, can I ask you a question? And they would say yes, or just you actually mention them. So, can I ask you a question? And then mention this question. And the question could be, I would like to establish myself in the industry as a graphic designer like you have. What career path did you follow, or how did you apply, or how did you reach to this particular position? Now, people like telling stories. So if you just ask someone for advice, they might provide you advice. But if you ask, say, how did you do it, sir? That will give you the experience, and that will keep the person engaged. And that's when they respond and say, da, 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 da. I did this and did this and did that. So that's great. Now you actually develop a connection, and you actually start conversating with them, right? It might take 3 or 4 days in conversation to and fro, but keep on conversating with them, depending upon what level they are. If they are extremely, extremely busy, they are a very high level, then keep the messages to 2 or 3 questions. And after those 2 or 3 questions, that's when you actually pose a question. Say, look, I'm looking for opportunities in this space. Not say, can you give me a job, get me a job in your company. Say, can you please refer me to someone that you know in this profile, or can you please refer me for a job in this profile, or something similar to that, rather than saying, can I get a job in your company or something like that. Just say, look, I'm looking for this opportunity. Can you please refer me? Can you please help me with that? Can you please guide me how to do that? And that's when people would say, okay, talk to this particular person. Or that's when people say, all right, uh, send me your CV. So that's how you do it. अभी क्या करते हैं लोग, कनेक्शन भेजते हैं, सर आई नीड अ जॉब, अपनी सीवी भेज देंगे. दैट इज अ रॉन्ग अप्रोच. यू एक्चुअली बिल्ड द कनेक्शन फर्स्ट, यू एक्चुअली टॉक टू द पर्सन फर्स्ट, मेक श्योर दैट यू आर फॉलोइंग देयर प्रोफाइल, कमेंटिंग on each of their posts, and not just saying thank you, doing a proper intellectual comment, spending time on forming your comment. That's how you do that. और ये कितने लोगों को करना है? ये रोज 50 लोगों को करना है. If you are serious about looking for a job, if you are in a profession, like if you are in a college or whatever, then at least 10 people. 10 people is a bare minimum. You should be growing your LinkedIn connections by 10 people every day. You should be conversating with people on LinkedIn via messages every day. And then people who you are following, make sure that you're going through the feed and making sure that you are commenting with the people every single day. Because the more you interact with the people, what is going to happen is that they, if you are interacting with them, whenever you are posting something, then they will see that as well. And of course, the most important thing is that you also keep on posting things so that people know that you have the courage. Even if you don't know what to post, just do a Google alert. Okay. You know how to set up Google alerts, right? Okay. If you don't know it, it's very simple. Just search for something, right? For example, your field is graphic designing. Search graphic design on Google News. Go to news.google.com, search graphic design. Once you search for it, scroll to the bottom. At the bottom, you will see create alert. Click on create alert, and then that's where you get an option to enter your email address. So what happens is whenever there's a new news on graphic designing or your industry, then you get a mail. What you could do is you could actually check out that article and just share that news article and say, guys, this is something new in this graphic designing field, and just write 1 or 2 lines about it and just paste that link. That's how you are actually sharing. Like a lot of people say they can't find a way to post it, what to post or how to post it. This is how you actually post it. So if you are reaching out to 50 people every single day for the next 30 days without a fail, following my format, then I can guarantee you that you will get a lead or you will get a job if you are applying in the right niche and the right field. And what I challenge people to do it is, I ask them to do it, and then I ask them to do it regularly for 30 days following the same format. And if they don't find the job, I actually challenge them to, sorry, just give me a moment. Okay. Yep. So if they can't find a job, then I actually challenge them to send the screenshots to me, and I tell them that I'll personally help them find the job. But always works. It just needs a bit of rigor. It just needs a bit of time and energy that you have to spend on it. So what was the formula that I told you? The formula was pretty simple. You actually say, you actually go through their profile and you tell them that I went through your profile and I really found your career journey very interesting. If they are posting something, then you actually talk about the post. Say, hey, I saw you at this post. This post was really interesting. It really inspired me, or it was really informative. I didn't know about this. For example, someone posts, say, Tesla is doing this, XYZ, or something about Bitcoin. Just say, thanks a lot for your post about Bitcoin. My thinking was this, but now with your post, my perception has changed. Putting something like this is really impactful. Some people go a bit far ahead and say, I do not agree with this or don't agree with that. I wouldn't recommend you to do that, especially to the people who are seniors and you are seeking help from. People don't like confrontation in the one go. If you are really good at it, if you're really confident in what you do, and if you can, that's a complete story. But to be on the safe side, my recommendation is just actually praise them and tell them that what they are posting is right. Another trick on LinkedIn is that when you look at their profile, look at their connection and look at your mutual connections. If you see a mutual connection, then actually reach out to that mutual connection and say, can you please, I have seen that this person is your mutual connection, can you please refer me to him? And you could do it with me as well. You could actually look at my profile, my connections, and say, you have got this person in your mutual connection, can you please help me connect with him and tell me the reason, this is why I want to connect with this person. And that's a very good way. आप खुद ही सोचो यार, एक बंदा है आपको जो है वो आप सड़क पे जा रहे हो, आपको मिले, बोले भैया जो है मैंने आपको देखा है, आप बहुत बढ़िया आदमी हो, ये है वो है, आप मदद करोगे, तो आप you might not be comfortable talking to that person. But on the other hand, if you meet a person through a mutual connection, right? So if someone says, for example, if I introduce someone and say, this is the person, ये मेरा भाई है, ये मेरा दोस्त है, ये तुमसे कोई बात करना चाहता है, then you take that person seriously, right? अब आप किसी लड़की को प्रपोज करोगे, जाके ऐसी स्कूल के सामने, कॉलेज के सामने खड़े हो जाओगे, तो वो क्या करेगी? भगा देगी, ठीक है। लेकिन फिर क्या करते हैं लोग, दोस्तों को अप्रोच करते हैं, फिर बोलती है अरे वो जो है लड़का तुम में इंटरेस्टेड है, जरा बात कर लो। सो वो मीडियम पर्सन का जो रोल होता है वो बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है। इसी तरीके से नेटवर्किंग इज लाइक डेटिंग, राइट? सो इसमें भी जो है वो मिडिल पर्सन का रोल जो है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है। इसका दूसरा एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ, राइट? इफ यू रीच आउट टू someone and you say, I have seen your profile, this is very good. It's like saying, going to a girl and saying, मैंने आपको देखा है, आप मुझे बड़ी प्यारी लगती हो, right? उससे बेटर तरीका ये है, if you can actually find something common between you two, either you are from the same hometown, if you went to the same college, if you went to the same university, or you worked in the same place. For example, you would find a lot of people who would have worked in Pune, or you would have worked in Delhi or Bangalore or whatever. And then you could actually reach out to them and say, hey, I saw that you actually were in Pune from this year to this year. I was also there, for example, if you were there, right? So try to find these common things. लोगों को मजा आता है कॉमन चीजों पे बात करने में. नो वन, अगर आप कॉमन तरीके से, होता है ना, कभी आप ट्रेन में जा रहे होते हैं, आप ले जा रहे होते हैं, लोग बोलते हैं अरे ये है वो है, फिर बोलते हैं अरे भैया हमारा तो जो है हम रामपुर से हैं, तो कहते अरे हमारे जो शर्मा जी हैं वो भी रामपुर से हैं, और फिर जो है वो आपस में बात होने लगती है. Similarly, in a dating world, when you approach a girl, or as a girl you approach a boy, then you say, if you introduce a common term, अरे हम एक कॉमन फ्रेज है ना, कह रहे हम बॉबी की पार्टी में मैंने आपको देखा, मैंने आपको कहीं देखा है, कहाँ? बॉबी की पार्टी में. वो क्यों है? बिकॉज यू एक्चुअली ट्राई एंड ब्रिंग दैट फेमिलियरिटी, राइट? अभी तो बहुत चीजी लाइन हो गई है वो, आई डोंट नो वो कितनी वर्क करती है नहीं करती, बट आई नो कि नेटवर्किंग में काम करती है, कि मैंने आपकी को बॉबी की पार्टी में देखा है, राइट? समथिंग लाइक दैट, कि अरे आप भी यहीं से हैं, मैं भी यहीं से हूँ. Just bringing that close connection is actually a good thing. It's a very good thing. हम तो अपने बिजनेस में यूज करते हैं ना, we use it in business all the time. जब हमें PR करना होता है, we reach out to journalists, right? We use the similar strategy. So ऐसा नहीं कि it is there for job hunting as well. Right now, if I have to reach out for job PR, I would actually check out the journalists, where they are from, what they do. If I can find a common friend connection, then I'll say, भाई प्लीज जो इंट्रोड्यूस कर दो ना, आई हैव टू टॉक टू देम. इफ आई कैंट फाइंड दैट, देन आई विल सी इफ देयर इज समथिंग सिमिलर, एंड देन इवन इफ आई फाइंड समथिंग सिमिलर, दे वर इन नोएडा or Greater Noida, whatever, and say, hey, I saw you actually worked in this company that was in Greater Noida, and my office was just near your office, and I just wanted to say hi, by the way, I'm this and this. If you can't find any of that, then my formula will say, I've looked at your profile, I've looked at your post, your journey is very interesting, I am this, and I would like to connect with you. 3 levels of connection. First level is finding that mutual friend or mutual connection that can connect with you. Number 2 is finding something mutual to talk about. If you can't do any of this, then actually reaching out to them and tell them what you like about them, right? Similar to dating, या तो आप किसी दोस्त के थ्रू करते हो जो आपका विंगमैन होता है, या फिर आप कोई कॉमन जो है वो बात निकालते हो कि मैंने आपको कभी देखा है बॉबी की पार्टी में. नंबर 3, इफ यू कांट डू एनी ऑफ दिस, देन वही जो है क्या आपको देखा दिल तो दीवाना हो गया एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, क्या फिर आप जो है कसीदे पढ़ते हो उनकी तारीफ में. So these things work with networking as well, and it really work, but you have to be genuine about it, right? If you just reach out to people and say, hey, मुझे job दे दो, job, no one will give you a job. If you want to find a job, you have to build your network first, you have to build that connection. और ऐसा नहीं कि कनेक्शन बन गया उसके बाद नेक्स्ट डे ऐसा जॉब दे दो, नो. You have to actually show that you are genuine. You start talking to that person, first conversation, second conversation, third conversation, then you talk about the job. When for example, I'm not desperate for business, but what I do is I just build connection. I'll keep on building connection, and that's what I ask my sales team to do as well. I'll ask them to build connection and just keep on conversating with them, because people are expecting that they will get a sales pitch, but we never do that sales pitch. And after 6 months or even 1 year, we sort of go back to them and say, hey, let's we have come out with something new. Is that something that would interest you? And that really works because you have already built that trust and genuine connection from the very beginning. That works for investors who are looking for that works for startups who are looking for investors as well. You build that connection. हम लोग ना सोशल मीडिया की वर्ल्ड में वैसे तो कनेक्टेड हो गए, लेकिन हम लोग कनेक्ट करना भूल गए, हम लोग नेटवर्क करना भूल गए. वी हैव फॉरगॉटन हाउ टू एक्चुअली नेटवर्क विद पीपल, राइट? ऐसा नहीं होता ना कि आप सड़क पे जा रहे हो, जाते जाते लोगों को, हाय भाई सर मुझे जॉब दे दीजिए, या मुझे इन्वेस्टमेंट दे दीजिए. इट डजंट हैपन लाइक दैट. तो कंप्यूटर के पीछे, उस प्रोफाइल के पीछे बैठा तो इंसान ही है ना. और इंसान को क्या चाहिए? इंसान को चाहिए प्यार, इंसान को चाहिए इज्जत, इंसान को चाहिए genuine connection, इंसान को चाहिए genuineness. And you can actually do that if you follow the right procedure. If you're not doing that, then it doesn't work. So that's how you actually gain momentum through LinkedIn. So that was about LinkedIn networking. I talked about finding the jobs using the hashtag HireUpPro. There's a job section on LinkedIn which you can also use as well. Make sure that you're following all the companies that you want to find on your LinkedIn. अब मुझसे कई बार लोग क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं कि ये अपनी नीश कैसे ढूंढी जाए, कि what niche, where to actually make my career. So for that, I have got something special that I'm going to talk about tomorrow. We've actually developed a full methodology. Now, how you can actually get access to that methodology, that's something that I'm going to expose tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big day of our challenge because we'll announce our winner. We'll give you some extremely good golden nuggets. And I'll tell you about the whole framework that we have developed about actually right from finding your niche, doing your SWOT analysis, identifying who you are, developing your unique selling proposition, your pitch, the thing that you will put in your headline, in your resume, the thing that you will put in your CV, preparing your CV, preparing your profile, preparing your cover letter, finding the right companies, reaching out to those companies, applying for those companies, getting that first call, getting through the automated system, following up with those companies. And once you get that, how to actually prepare for the interview, how to get ready for the interview, and then how to actually apply for the interview. And once you go in the interview, how to qualify those interview rounds, how to negotiate, and how to actually get a job. So we have developed a full methodology. We have worked with around 75 recruiters. It was an advisory panel that we have actually worked with to develop this framework. We have got 5 big recruiters from big firms in our team who have actually helped us to actually form this methodology. So there's an internship opportunity that I'm going to talk about tomorrow, and there are some more golden nuggets. We will tell you who's the winner of our 3-day live challenge session. So the homework for you today is that you reach out to 3 people at least, send the connection request, and mention in the comment section that you have actually done that. Just let us know that you have actually done that. And make sure that you are coming to our 4th challenge tomorrow at 7 p.m. Indian time and 11:30 p.m. Australian time. Let me quickly take your questions, and then we'll end the session. So Mohammed Verma is saying SWOT is a tool which I use at very critical stage of my life, personal and professional. Absolutely true. And that's a very good tool. We are actually going to go very deep about SWOT in our framework, in our methodology that I'm going to talk about. Okay, let's take a question from Instagram, which says, are you going to save this live? Yes, sir, I will save this live in IGTV. Okay, can you, Deepak is asking, can you suggest me how should I learn about digital marketing from self-education? Go to mentormonkey.com and join the forum and the community over there. We are going to introduce a lot of free resources on Mentor Monkey about digital marketing. There's actually a free book that's available on there as well. Just join the community, and the mentors over there would actually guide you. All right. The next, Muhammad Akbar is saying, can you please summarize? All right, that's a good idea. I should have done that. Let me do that. In summary, to find a job on LinkedIn, there are three ways. One is to actually go to the job section and finding the job. Make sure that you watch my day 2 challenge and optimize your profile accordingly. The second option is by searching hashtag hire a pro, HIREAPRO, or searching hiring, hashtag hiring, or searching your profile and the job. So developer jobs, .NET job, and so on. The third option, which is the most effective one, is networking. In networking, there are 3 levels of networking. One is through mutual connections, the bhai introduce karwa de. The second one is through finding mutual beneficial things, which is like, मैंने आपको कहीं देखा है बॉबी की पार्टी में. And number 3 is actually reaching out to them and saying, I'm really impressed by your profile, and talking about their journey, talking about their post, interacting with their post, and then having that connection with them. So these are this is the major summary of what we talked about. All right, let me look at guys. If you have posted comments and if there are any questions on Instagram, please put them in the question section, because I'll go through the question section. Enrichment with Neha. Hi Amir, good to see you after so long. Thanks a lot, Neha. Good to see you after so long too as well. As you know, the situation was pretty bad, and we were working on Angel Next Door to actually help a lot of people. So that's good. Deepak is saying, from 0 level, simple use network. Your friends start with small team, bro. That's a good idea. Okay, Mohammad Faizan Aslam on LinkedIn saying, storytelling is always a good way to educate audience. Nice approach, Amr Dubai. Thank you so much, bro. I always use storytelling. We use storytelling technique in interviews as well, and I'm going to talk about that technique. I'm going to tell about that technique tomorrow, but I'm going to tell about the technique in that framework that I'm going to actually share tomorrow. Mohammad Burma saying, I tested my resume with Scanner, it really matched, and I applied few jobs. That's great. Burma, what I would actually encourage you to do is actually now do the LinkedIn thing and reach out to the people on LinkedIn, connect with the industry people, and let me know how you go. Okay, so Rohan is saying, I have been actively applying on LinkedIn. Does having LinkedIn skill assessment badges help? Yes, it does up to a certain level, but make sure that you have optimized your profile according to the criteria that I gave yesterday. Make sure that you watch it. If you can't find it, go to my LinkedIn or go to my YouTube and actually find the live video of yesterday and make sure that you watch it. All right, let's take some more questions from Instagram. Frank Word, sir, make video on how business work. What are job oriented or business person? How can we know that we are a job oriented or a business person? That's actually a good idea. I'll actually make a full video on that. I think that's a good idea. Thanks a lot for this suggestion. Okay, Prince Gupta, on what skills a student should work to make multiple sources of income? Okay, so you want to make multiple sources of income. There are 2 levels of skills that you would need: the technical skills and the soft skills. And you need to work on both parallelly. We'll actually go down a bit more in detail in one of our upcoming videos. So I would encourage everyone that's watching out there is go to mentormonkey.com. I have sort of written around 15 books over there. My team has written around 30 books over there. They are all available for free. Just go and download it, register yourself, because you'll get a lot of access to resources. So mentormonkey.com is a free learning management system. It's a free social learning system, and it's India's first social learning system for job seekers and entrepreneurs. It's absolutely amazing. So stop wasting your time on Instagram or YouTube for that reason. Spend some time on LinkedIn. But if you go to mentormonkey.com, you'll be able to connect with a lot of mentors, and you'll actually get most of this information over there. Okay, let me take a question or a comment from LinkedIn. Zaid Hassan is saying, all right, these tips means a lot. Thank you. Most welcome. Please make sure that you follow it and mention in the comment section that you have done that. Mohammed Junaid Hassan is how to get HVAC job as a fresher. Follow the three challenges that I talked about, and make sure that you attend the last one, because this is what I'm going to, like, the whole session, the whole purpose of the series is to actually tell you how to actually find a job, right? And it doesn't matter if you want to find a job in HVAC, if you want to find a job in graphic designing, if you are a fresher. We have actually built this whole system so that you can actually get benefit as a fresher or as an experienced person as well. Swapnaja is saying very informative session. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Swapnaja. That means a lot. Let's take a question from Kadir. How to start a small startup and how? Kadir, I'll actually take the startup related question separately. I'm going to start and launch a series on startup pretty soon. So hopefully in the first week of June, we are going to start a series specifically on startups, and then we are going to talk about these things. We are going to give you a full exposure. Make sure that you register yourself on mentormonkey.com. It's a free community for entrepreneurs. Go there, join it. You will get all the information in there. Okay. All right, guys. Kulbhushan is saying, eagerly waiting for tomorrow's session. Thanks a lot. Don't miss tomorrow's session. It's 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. It's going to be really useful. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it, and I'm going to expose quite big things tomorrow. Sam Mohammed is saying SWOT analysis is difficult. I know it's difficult if you do it on your own, but we have got a methodology that we are going to share that will make it extremely easy for you to do it. I'll help you do it one by one in the next thing that I'm going to share. Tanzil Khan is saying mostly a senior level personality didn't answer what to do at that situation. Tanzil, can you actually send us a screenshot in the comment section, or just the message that you sent them? Did you follow the rule of mutual connection? Then मैंने आपको पार्टी में कहीं देखा है, and then actually saying आप बहुत सुंदर हो, like as in like, I've looked at your profile, I'm very impressed, right? तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम. If you have not done that, then it's very difficult to actually get an answer from senior level personalities. But if you just follow the three rules, what were the three rules? कि भाई इंट्रोड्यूस करवाना, इंट्रो करवाना. नंबर 2, मैंने आपको पार्टी में कहीं देखा है. और नंबर 3, what was that? What was number 3? So number 3 was कि आप बहुत प्यारे हो, कितनी प्यारी है, कितनी भोली, and all of that. So like, I have looked at your profile, I really liked it, and tell them, mention exactly what is it. तेरी आंखों में देखता हूँ तो ये हो जाता है, and all of that. So the way you flirt with the people is say, I have looked at your profile, it's extremely impressive, the way you have sort of become vice president at this age and so on. I want to build my career in this as well, and that's why I need your help. I just need some advice from you. I would like to connect with you. That's when people are going to respond. Do that to 50 people. I'm pretty sure that 2 or 3 will respond. You don't expect, if you are reaching out to 50 people, all of those would respond. That's why I'm saying reach out to 50 people, 2 or 3 would respond. If you do that for 30 days, you would have 90 or 100 connection requests. Build a strong connection with them, and that would be extremely helpful, right? Do not expect कि आप 5-10 लोगों को भेज रहे हो और सबके सब respond करेंगे. It doesn't work like that. ये mass game होता है ना, इसमें थोड़ा मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. But आप ये देखो ना, फल कितना बड़ा होला. Ultimately, you are getting a job through this, right? Once you get into the industry, it's much easier from there. Okay. All right. Saf is saying same happened with me. Confused between business development and business analytics. So we are going to talk about it. Okay. All right, guys. Tanzil Khan is saying, I think session is more useful for dating tips. The thing is that dating is not very different from recruitment, actually. Over there you have to convince a boy or a girl that you are right fit for the family. India mein to वैसे भी if you are dating someone, you have to convince the whole family. It's like you are actually going into their family. तो एक लड़का या लड़की जब सीरियस डेट करने वाला होता है, उससे पहले सोचता है ना कि मेरे घर में फिट हो जाएगा नहीं होगा, मेरे फादर के साथ कैसा होगा, मेरे ब्रदर के साथ, all of these questions, right? Similarly, when an HR is recruiting, they are asking what values is the person going to bring to me, would that person fit in my company, and so on. So the whole networking, the concept of networking is pretty close to dating itself. All right, guys, the time was over now. Please connect with me tomorrow at 7 p.m. and we'll have an absolutely amazing and interesting chat we're going to expose some of the really interesting things about recruitment. We are going to do a very big announcement tomorrow, and then we are going to announce the winner of our 3 days live challenge. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for joining me. Love you. Stay safe. Make sure that you get vaccinated if the app works, or just just keep on trying and find a slot. Guys, take care. Thanks a lot. Love you. Bye bye. Bye bye.